It's your favorite manifesting cousin, Neira, and welcome to the Manifest with Me podcast, where we will be discussing mindset, manifestation, and money, with a little ratchet behavior mixed in from time to time. If you haven't already, please make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Neira_X. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Neira the G.O.A.T, and visit my website, NeiraTheGoat.com. The Manifest with Me, where thoughts become things digital course has officially launched. If you're interested in learning how to manifest more, shift your paradigms, and overcome any limiting beliefs, this is the perfect course for you. Check out my website, NeiraTheGoat.com, to learn more about it. I'm so happy and grateful that you've taken a moment to listen to this podcast, and I hope you find this week's episode super helpful and insightful. Make sure to leave me a 5-star review and comment on this episode, and shout me out on social media. I'd love to hear your feedback. So without further ado, let's get into this week's episode. Hey peeps, it's your favorite manifesting cousin Neira, and I'm so happy and grateful to be here with you guys today. Happy New Year! I am so sorry that I have waited so long to post this podcast. Y'all know how I am. Y'all know how I am. But anyway, we here. It's a new year. It's 2023. And I'm so happy to get back into podcasting. I hope you guys miss me. I feel like this new year is going to be filled with so many amazing opportunities from this podcast. And I hope that I am able to continue to bring you guys love, peace, life, insight on life and manifestation. If you follow me on social media, the end of 2022 was tough for me. The whole year was pretty challenging at times, but the end of the year was really tough. In October, my grandmother passed. In November, my brother was in a car accident with my nephew, and my nephew passed. So it was just a lot going on towards the end of the year. But glory to God, glory to Source. We are here regardless of all of those things. I pray that my nephew has had an easy and a beautiful transition to another life. And, we can only hope and pray that we're able to one day reunite. So anyway, let's get into today's podcast episode, y'all. So let me just say this. I don't really make New Year's resolutions. I kind of set my intention for the year, but as for me personally, I feel like as the year progresses, sometimes you have to pivot. Sometimes you may have to alter that intention, and it's cool. Like it's not that big of a deal. So resolutions, I don't really set those, but I do set intentions, not just for 2023, but for every year. It's just to be intentional about what it is that I do. One thing that I can say, because I know I did a podcast about things that I learned in the year of 2022, but I just celebrated my 34th birthday, and I just want to say that I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of the woman that I am, regardless of my potty mouth. My mom called me the other day, and she was like, "You don't have to curse on your podcast so much. Like, how you talking about God and cursing at the same time?" And that kind of it didn't discourage me, but I have to realize that I am who I am. And I hope that you guys realize that you are who you are, and you should be proud of who you are, regardless of wherever you're at in your journey or whatever, however you look at things. I think the fact that we're still here and we're able to get up, try again, alter things, whatever. We're still evolving. It's like a person can make a comment on your life about where you are today, and that comment may not even hold any weight by the middle of the year or by the end of the year. So one thing that I want to just impart with you guys before we really, really get into this podcast is just like really be proud of who you are. Be happy about where you're at in this moment, regardless of what it looks like. So anyway, I know I'm kind of rambling. I think I'm just kind of like getting back into the groove. of podcasting because it's been a minute since I posted one. But yeah, I celebrated my birthday on January 4th. Y'all know Neira the G.O.A.T. That's where the GOAT comes from initially. Of course, it's morphed into other things over the years, but initially, Neira the GOAT came from the fact that I'm a Capricorn. And so I celebrated my birthday on the 4th. And like I said, going into my birthday, I think after the way the year ended, and going like, I'm in the first week, the first couple of days of the new year. So the way 2022 ended and going into 2023, I'm always like super reflective anyway. But celebrating a birthday, I really had to sit down and give myself a pat on the back. There was a lot of healing that had to be done in the year of 2022 for me. And I'm actually looking forward to what's to come this year, which brings me into the topic and the name of this week's podcast episode, which is God, show me how good it gets. Now, feel free to replace that with source energy, God of the universe, creator, whatever it is that you decide to say. I am not any kind of way trying to force anyone to say anything. Um, and I believe that the source that created all of us has multiple names that still hold as much weight as any other one. So anyway, God showed me how good it could get. So what had happened was, let me tell y'all the story. My older sister was supposed to come and visit me for my birthday. And I wanted to do something that I had never done before. It was super important to me to just start the year off right, start my birthday off right with doing something different. So I wanted to go to the High Museum. And the first Friday of every month, they have this thing there called High Frequency Fridays, which is where they kind of like close the museum after hours. There's a DJ, there are cocktails, and it's just like a vibe. And I was like, this is a perfect way to kind of put myself out there. I feel like it's been a little over a year since I moved to Georgia, and I still haven't like gotten out on the scene as much as I would like to. So I figured that this would be a way to try something different, put myself amongst other like-minded people, maybe meet some people, mingle, all of that. I was super excited. Well, my sister ended up getting COVID, and we were playing things by ear, trying to see if she was going to be able to actually come to visit. And at the beginning of that week, I was getting ready to press purchase on the tickets, and then I realized, my sister's got COVID. The tickets are non-refundable. I don't necessarily know what's gonna go on. I'll wait and kind of play it by ear. Maybe I'll get the tickets towards the end of the week. Well, life happened. I had to help Eli with a science fair project and everything else. I ended up waiting too late to get the tickets. By nature, I'm backing out of my driveway after the babysitter has gotten to the house, and I'm like, oh shit, I need to go buy a ticket. Get online, no tickets available. Call the museum, there's a voice recording. They're like, hey, if you're calling for High Frequency Friday, the tickets aren't available. We aren't selling any at the door. Keep it pushing. So now I'm pissed, bruh. So I let my babysitter know what's going on with the museum. And before getting on the interstate, I pull over to a parking lot of the grocery store, and I start going through the note on my phone that and I'm sure I'm not the only person that does this, but I have like an everlasting note of places that I like to visit in Georgia. So I start going through my list and trying to figure out whether or not I could find somewhere else to go. So yeah, I go through the list. A couple of the places that I was interested in required reservations. Some of the other ones that didn't really require reservations, I just wanted to make sure that there was like bar seating before going there, because I really don't mind going out by myself. You guys know that. But I don't like going out anywhere and having to wait. And I didn't want to drive to a new place and then get there, and because I didn't have a reservation or there was no bar seating, that I was still gonna have to wait, because at this point I haven't even eaten dinner. It's like 8 o'clock at night. So couldn't really find anything that really stuck out to me. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll just go to Bar Taco. Now, anybody that knows me knows Bar Taco is one of my favorite restaurants in Atlanta. I will never turn down an opportunity to go to Bar Taco. Like, love everything on the menu. If you're ever visiting, you've got to go to one. Um, but as I was driving and getting on the interstate to go there, I was just in my car praying and talking to myself, talking to God. And I was just like, yo, like, this was supposed to be my time. And listen, single moms, single parents, you know whenever you get a babysitter, it's like you're already spending money on a babysitter, right? So it's like you don't want to waste the opportunity on doing something that you already always do, right? So I'm driving and I'm like, yo, God, this was supposed to be my opportunity to do something different. Like, I don't mind going to Bar Taco. I'm very grateful for the time that I have to myself. Um, I know that I'm going to have good food over there, good service over there, but this was supposed to be my night to do something different. And if I'm going to go over here and do what I always do, show me how good it can get. And I said that out loud, and it was almost like in my heart. I not only said it out loud, but I made the declaration like, okay, well, you're already on your way over there. So just make the most of it as best as you can. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? You never know who you might meet. You never know, like, what you might get into, whatever. So I put me a little jam on in the car, and I head over to Bar Taco, and um, I walk in, and y'all know I'm a single lady, all the single ladies. So my eye is always out to anybody that I may find attractive. So as I'm walking to the bar to sit down, I saw that there was this older gentleman sitting there, and I was like, oh, he's kind of handsome, but he's older. He's not checking for me, and I'm definitely not ever checking for people that are too much older than me either. So I really was just like, okay, whatever. It's the guy sitting there. And everybody else that was sitting at the bar was pretty much paired up. So I sit down 2 seats over from him. And, the bartender comes over. They do what bartenders do. Ask me my drink. They're just making small talk with me. What brings me out tonight, all of that. So I run everything to them about my sister, about the museum, about the not getting the ticket, everything. And they bring me out my drink. Well, not long after they brought me my drink, they brought his food out to him. Now, when I looked over to him, he was on his phone, like diddling around or whatever. Didn't seem like he was even paying attention to me. So I didn't think much of it. I just didn't even think much of it. So they take my food order, end up bringing my food out, giving him a to-go box, and right as I am getting ready to bite into my taco, he leans over to me and he says, happy belated birthday. And I look at him like, you would. Like, I'm trying to eat, but thank you. So I tell him thank you. We start having a little small talk with each other or whatever. It's cool. So next thing you know, there's another couple that walks in and they're looking for a place to sit at the bar, but there aren't any seats that are like side by side. So the guy that tells me happy birthday or whatever, he's packing his stuff up to leave. I'm thinking he's about to leave, and I overhear him tell the couple like, "Oh, you guys can sit right here. I'm about to go." Well, what I didn't realize, he wasn't going too far because he ends up sitting like right next to me, and he's like, "Hey, if you don't mind, I'd like to get you a shot, to celebrate your birthday." So he gets me a shot. Well, and while we're waiting for it to come, he's like asking me, what did I do for my birthday? I told him how I did Eli's science fair project and this and that. Told him about my sister, all of that. And he was like, when are you going to take me on a date? And I'm like, okay, see, and this is where the bullshit starts, right? And I looked at him and I said, do I look like the type of woman that takes men on dates? And he started laughing. He said, definitely not the first one. And he says, so when are you going to let me take you out? He's like, how about you let me take you to dinner tomorrow for your birthday? He said, I think you deserve a really nice dinner. And I'm looking at him like, tomorrow? And he's like, yeah. And I said, well, and me kind of trying to deflect a little bit because even though I'm always looking, I don't really be looking to meet anybody. Because, man, let's face it, y'all. People be full of shit sometimes. Most of the time, people are full of shit. So I was just like, oh, I don't know. I have to text my babysitter. I don't really know if she's available. He was like, well, text her right now so we can make sure that she's available. And if not, we can like reschedule for another day. And now I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. He might be serious. So I text my babysitter. She was like, yeah, I can watch the kids tomorrow, whatever. And so he's like, I want to take you to this restaurant. He tells me the name, has me pull it up on my phone. And he's like, hey, I'm going to call them tomorrow and check out to see if they have some reservations or whatever. And, I'll hit you up tomorrow, let you know. So then he was like, well, what are you doing after this? And I said, I don't know. I might go over to Rocksteady. Not really sure. And he's like, well, I'm going to play pool. You're more than welcome to come with me if you like. And I'm like, I don't really know. And he was like, well, let me get you another shot before I leave. So we get another shot and we're still talking or whatever. And he's like, listen, you should really come and play pool with me or whatever. And so, long story short, I go over to this other bar with him. We play pool, we play darts. Everything is cool. I enjoy his company. What I did notice was that as he was coaching me on how to shoot darts and play pool, I was taken back by the way he was talking to me. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, y'all know I am a goat, a Capricorn through and through. I don't like anybody telling me anything, even if it's for my good, because somewhere deep down in my DNA, I feel like I know everything. So it takes, in order for me to listen to a person, they have to have a special way of communicating with me, of wording words a certain way so that I will be open to listening. And he was showing me how to do things, and I was able to take direction from him. And I said, wait a damn minute, what is this? You know what I mean? So anyway, long story short, I'm dating somebody right now. That's what it turned into. If you follow my TikTok, you know how the dating story is going. But the whole point of this episode was, God, show me how good it can get. A lot of times we can get bogged down by our current experiences or maybe from our daily routine that we feel like, oh, this is it. This is it. You know what I'm saying? This mediocre life. I wake up every morning, I drop the kids off, I get my coffee, I go to work, and then I come home and I do the same thing over and over again. Listen, even if you feel like your life is on that kind of a loop, every morning you wake up, every morning that you get a chance to see the sunlight again, you should ask God to show you how good it can get. Because even in those moments of doing things that you always do, there's opportunity for it to be amazing. There's opportunity for it to be great. Abundance and amazing experiences are all around us all the time. But sometimes we pinch ourselves off from the abundance, from the experience, from the person that we're supposed to meet because we are just so caught up in the motion of doing things the way that we've always been doing them. Back to where when I was talking about being intentional for the year, I wrote down that I wanted to be surrounded by wealthy men, not just in the pocket, but also in the mind. And I can honestly say, like, when it comes to manifesting, I won't even say love. Like, let's not even go all the way there yet. But when it comes to manifesting more, more people in your lives or more, um, relationships that are mutually beneficial into your life, there's a couple of things that are gonna have to happen. Like, you are gonna have to stop entertaining anything that's not that. And when I tell y'all, 2022, y'all hear me clapping? I'm definitely doing the black lady clap while I say this. 2022, y'all, was an entire year of me saying no to a lot of men. No, I'm not dealing with that. You haven't talked to me in the last however many months and you think that you're going to text my phone and think that everything is cool. No, you want to come over to my house and think that you just going to be laid up in here. No, you think that you could just text me, take me on a date, and then turn around and a week later decide that you engaged to somebody. No, like, I'm not doing that. I had decided all last year and it seemed like, y'all, when I tell you, it seemed like any opportunity I had to go out with a man or a man that was interested in me, it was always something that was like, you're either going to go along with what they've been doing or you're going to stick to your guns and you're going to stand 10 toes down on what it is that you want, how it is that you want somebody to treat you, and wait until that arrives. Entire year of me just being like, nope, 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 nope. Listen. And you gotta stand 10 toes down on it and understand that it might look like a year of me just chilling with my damn self. It might look like a couple of years of me just chilling with my damn self. It might look like me not having sex. That's what it might look like. It might look like some lonely nights. But I'm so grateful that I did that. At 34 years old, I'm so grateful that I finally have the strength and the willpower to be intentional and to do that because I understand who I am and what I am worth. And that is what I think you begin to learn on this journey of manifestation, of putting yourself into alignment. As you begin to hold yourself to these standards, the world around you has no choice but to rise up to that. When you decide to set a new standard, when you decide to set a new intention in your life and stand on that, everything around you has to conspire to what it is, the intention that you're putting out there. But a lot of times, because we are unintentional about our time, we're so unintentional about the things that we say that we want. That's why life just dishes us all kind of bullshit. People are only going to treat you as seriously as you take yourself. Opportunities are only going to open up and arise as seriously as you take your dream or your career or whatever. So, a few things I want to leave you guys with before ending this podcast episode. When it comes to being open to God showing you how good a situation can get, how good life can get, when you ask that question, you need to remember these three things. One, you have to be open to pivot, right? I Listen, I'm a Capricorn dog. I am a earth sign. I am very fixed. When I think about things going a certain way or an outcome of something, I only see it my way. I ain't even gonna lie. Like and consciously I'm aware that sometimes you have to go with the flow and shit. But like I have control issues. I do. And I only see things my way, but I'm learning that in order for us to really enjoy the fullness of life, in order for us to really understand how good it can really get, we have to be open to pivoting. We have to be open to understanding that it's not going to always go the way that I desire it to go, but the way that it just needs to go. And we have to be open to all possibilities of whatever that looks like. Number two, it never comes in the way that you expect. And that goes into pivoting too and being open. But listen, if I'm going to be completely honest, I have a particular type that I am naturally attracted to. This is not a person that I really would have, like I said, I don't date guys that are really that much older than me. So had I not been open to pivot, had I not been open to understanding that sometimes what it is that I'm really looking for, what it is that I'm really desiring, may not come in the package that I'm looking for it to come, but I still have to keep my eyes, my ears open and paying attention because what I want could be right in front of me. So I walked into Bar Taco looking at this man. I was like, she ain't worrying about me and I ain't worrying about him. But had I not asked the question, show me how good it could get, I might have shut down somebody that really was meant to come into my life and just show me just how good things can get. And again, not saying that this person is the end all be all because we don't know all that, but it helps me to stay encouraged and hopeful that what it is that I'm looking for and the type of treatment that I'm wanting to have from a person is available. And number three, y'all gotta have fun. Have fun and enjoy life. Yo, there's only so much that we can control. And take it from somebody that's super controlling. Like I am getting humbled by life all the time. It's only so much that we can actually control in our lives. And for the pieces that we can't, we really just have to go with the flow. We have to be open to having fun and again, be open to all of the possibilities. Smile a lot, laugh a lot, engage with people. Life does not have to be so serious all the time. Like and we're reading if you guys follow my Instagram, we're currently reading The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. Still reading The Greatest Salesman, guys. And you guys are more than welcome to join the live 10 a.m. ish every morning Eastern Standard Time on Instagram. But the current scroll that we're reading right now is scroll number 7, and it talks about laughing at life and realizing that we can't take life too seriously. And the only way to truly be successful is to be able to have a life filled with love and happiness and joy and fun. That is how if we haven't already attained the level of success that we're looking for, that we can kind of get there quicker or jumpstart our way into it by just really enjoying life, enjoying every moment, and living fully in every moment. I hope this podcast has helped you guys out. Listen, if you want the real tea on the date and my feelings, and even some nervous regulation that I've been having to do while I've been dating so far in 2023, please, please go and follow my TikTok. It's Neira_X. I love you guys. If there are any topics or even any other podcasters that you guys think that I should be joining forces with for the year 2023, feel free to send me a DM. Send me a DM on Instagram. Send me an email. I'm open to all things amazing. And I want to continue to see just how good it gets. And I hope you guys do. Thank you for listening, and happy manifesting. Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you have any questions or any topics that you'd like me to discuss, please don't hesitate to leave a comment or send me a DM on Instagram. Peace, love, and light to you. Always remember, what you are seeking is seeking you too. Happy manifesting.